Nicole DEMO. I'm going to be teaching us today how to wrap an ankle. So the reasons why we would need to know how to wrap an ankle is a vast reasons. We have people who can be walking in heels, and you twist your ankle, maybe you're working on a job site, uneven ground, lots of different areas, or even in sports. I work with the football team, and they actually all get both of their ankles wrapped. It's important for stability and preventing injury, as well as for compression and taking care of injuries after. So, as I said, different injuries can occur. The most common is an ankle sprain. There's also ankle fractures and ankle strains. The most common sprain is considered an inversion sprain when the ankle turns out and the arch of the foot comes in, often on uneven ground or in collisions even. So the purpose, as I said, is a preventative measure, but it can also be used for stability and compression following an injury. If you have this skill, you can be out on a job site or on a hike and you have the materials you need, you can go ahead and have stability for that ankle and prevent further injury, as well as compression to keep the swelling and pain to a minimum. So I asked Shannon to be my model. You all can follow along with me through the different steps. I'll explain what kind of each part is, and then at the end I'll have you highlight the main steps with me. So the first thing you'll have to do is, athlete or whoever you're taping, you use what we call, this is power flex and pre-wrap. The difference is in the way it feels, so I'll go ahead and pass these around, give you an idea. It's really a preference thing and what you have. The football players like this better. It's a more taut, almost like a fabric that keeps the ankle more stable. Truly, the use of it is to keep the tape from sticking directly to the skin. You then have two different sizes of tape. You have 1.5 inch and you have 2 inch. 2 inch is for your bigger guys or people who have longer legs and need a larger area wrapped. 1.5 is good for what we're using. So if you would like, you can rip tape and kind of see how it feels. It's tricky sometimes, especially when you're under time constraints of getting it how you want it. Also, something that we use are called heel and lace pads. They stick on the front and back of the ankle to prevent rubbing and blistering. And the part that allows it to stick is just Vaseline. So, first I'll have you face the other way. Yeah. So the first thing you do is have your subject, I guess I'll call you, come to the edge of the table with, as she has her ankle and about the edge of her calf exposed. As you can see, we start at the top with pre-wrap. And one thing that's important is to always start wrapping from the medial side of the ankle. This allows stability and keeps those inversion sprains from really happening. So you start and just continue around the ankle. Another thing is to have your person dorsiflex their foot, which means to keep their toes pulled back. This keeps the wrapping job tight. The next step is you'll take your tape and you try not to use too much. The less tape you use, the better it's going to look at the end, and the less tight it will be on the athlete. So always start, as I said, from the medial side and work around the leg, coming back to the top and connecting. Depending on your athlete and the amount of surface area that you're going to be taping, you can use 2 to 3 of these anchor strips. They're called anchor strips because they hold the rest of the tape up on. Next, we're going to do stirrups, kind of like horse. Pull around and go over the ankle, keeping this very tight. This is one of your most important steps in order to prevent the ankle from twisting in or out. So you want to pull those tight and press against the. Now, do 2 to 3 horseshoes. These will go around the back of the heel to keep it forward. These do not need to touch or connect at the top. As long as you get them close, not too close, it allows for the athlete or whoever to still have movement here and to prevent skin from being irritated. The next 2 steps are also very important. Different trainers and different people who know how to wrap ankles, you'll all wrap it differently, depending on how the athlete likes it or how you've been taught. There's a lot of different ways to do it. So these next steps are called horseshoes. Heel locks. They will go down behind the heel and back up, and it basically locks in the heel. Then you will do it on the opposite side, and then you will also do a figure 8, which literally looks like a figure 8 around the ankle. Some people will put their heel locks and their figure 8s together. It's, again, a preference thing. I will do them separately. You start at an angle. You want to cut the ankle down, go around behind the heel, come up, keeping that angle, wrap around the top, and finish. Again, same on the other side. Cut the ankle in half, go around the heel, come up, front, and wrap around. And those are your 2 heel locks. Your figure 8s, starting the same way, go around the back, down the front, and then back. Then, to make it pretty, you close off your closure strips, basically just keeping all the tape tight. And there you go. So that is, go ahead, model. That is your basic ankle wrapping. It's important to keep it tight. It's important to keep your angles from having them where the tape is rolling over. And anyone have any questions? Yeah.
When would you put the little vest on? Would that be under the pre-wrap?
Yes, that would be at the beginning. If she were like doing a sport or running a lot, you would put them there and on the back, and then do the pre-wrap to keep it from rubbing against the skin. So, shall we review the steps? I'll just, it doesn't matter. I'll take that off of yours. So, I'll just, I guess, point at people. What is the first step?
Putting the pre-wrap down.
Yep. Having the person come to the edge of the table and pre-wrap is most important. The second step?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's
names,
called.
I'm sorry.
They like started wrapping tape around the top part, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the anchor strips. Yep.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
These are stirrups.
Yep, the stirrups, and those prevent eversion and inversion. Justice?
Horseshoes.
Yep. Horseshoes, pull around the back to keep the heel from coming out. The tricky part, go ahead.
heel locks and figure 8.
Yes. And those can be done together, can be separate. Keeps the heel in place. And then the last step to make it pretty.
Closure strip.
Yep. Right there. Thank you.